We're joined by John Darko, legal counsel for the minority in Parliament, and also MP for Swami, to discuss these pressing issues concerning the caucus and the ruling NPP. Let's start with a raid on the residence of the former BOG Governor, Dr. Ernest Addison. Is the minority satisfied with the responses from the Deputy Attorney General and the Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, who insist that the operation was state-sanctioned and lawful?
Well, good evening to you and good evening to your cherished viewers. Obviously, we cannot be happy. We would have wished that that never happened. The fact that the government spokesperson and Deputy Attorney General comes to say, the fact that they come to tell us that this is sanctioned by government doesn't make it right. Look, we are building a country. This is a man who has served his nation very well. He's served his nation to the best of his ability. So if you believe, for instance, that he's committed one offense or the other, there's always a better way of doing things than this Rambo style. You know, we are in 2025, for Christ's sake. People look up to this country for democratic principles. We are a star of Africa because of our democratic credentials. And one of the pillars of democracy, as you all know, the rule of law, respect for laid down rules. And look, we've had precedents in this country, you know, when it comes to arrest of people. I mean, I understand some of these things have happened before, but does it mean that we want to continue to do this? I was making a point earlier that, look, as a country, if you want to investigate people, right, as they do it in civilized nations, they come to the subject of the investigation after they have gathered all their information on you. When they finish with the investigation, that's when they come to the subject. But this country, what do? We come to you, come and harass you, and then after you are arrested, they keep you, shake you down, keep you in prison, police custody for 48 hours, and then they will tell you that we are now investigating. I think that the whole criminal justice system, especially the investigative part, is turned upside down. We really need to look at this very well. If you believe that somebody has committed offense, we are not saying that don't investigate. By all means, investigate. If you believe that the person has committed fraud or perpetuated fraud against the Republic, by all means, pursue. But do it the right way. Do it the humane way. Look at professionals. Let them come to the person, invite the person, take whatever information you want to take. But you go raid somebody's house, take his vehicles out. What we know, they took about 3 vehicles away, and then later asked him to come and take his vehicles back.
But the Deputy AG said they had a warrant for the search. Do you have any contrary news to that?
Well, we haven't seen the warrant. I want to give the Deputy AG the benefit of the doubt. He's my very good friend, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that indeed the warrant is there. But from Dr. Addison, he's not told us that they came with there with any warrant. You know, if they didn't go with warrant, that would be such a big deal. You know, they did the same thing earlier on, and the majority leader had to apologize on the floor of Parliament. You know, now if they said we want to see the warrant and the basis for asking for the search, I think that we need to do better. This won't go anywhere. And you see, that's the point. This will end up going nowhere because you won't find anything if you do this kind of investigation. I mean, let's do very sensible investigations and then get what we want. But if you go and raid somebody's home and then in the end they won't even find their properties, that's a problem, you know.
Your caucus has alleged that items such as cash
and
jewelry have been stolen from his
didn't
house.
Allege.
Isn't that a premature accusation?
No, we didn't allege. It came from the family of Dr. Addison. He told us, and then his wife also told us. So they are complainants, you know. Because how do you come to my house, the name of raid, and then by the time we leave, my money is missing. And that's also the kind of people they took over there. You know, look, we're all here. I mean, you look at the OSP. We know what happened that once he raided the house of one former minister, nobody came out to say that even $1 had missing. They were professionals. So if you take these guys, thugs, to go into homes of people, that's what will happen. So unprofessional that properties of people.
Isn't thugs a strong word?
No, not at all. These are not professionals. Otherwise.
But they work with the NIB.
Oh, come on, man. These were not professionals. Otherwise, no professional would do what they did. They steal jewelries. I think thugs cry is better description. We should do better in this country. That's what I'm saying.
All right, we'll come back to this interview, but let's go on a quick break. This is still the ChannelOne newsroom. Let's briefly take on other pressing matters. We still have in studio Swami MP and legal counsel for the minority in Parliament, John Darko. I'm sure by now you're aware of the MPP's decision to refer Dom Kwabena MP's former MP Sarah Safo to the party's disciplinary committee. Wouldn't you consider this as gagging your members?
No, not at all. Adwoa, former MP, is a very senior member of our party, and I expect that after our defeat, we all, calm down, wait, and at least participate in the reports that we are working on, and then after the report comes out, we can all give our comments and help the party grow. But if you have a situation where senior members of the party like her go out in the public to, that is where bash the party, chastise the party, it's not the best. In fact, today I've had calls from a lot of people, my constituents, friends, who are actually calling the party leadership to ask her to tone down. Yes, we are a party of equals, that is the NPP. We encourage debate, boisterous debate. We encourage expression of opinions, but it has to be done within some confines, We all have very big interest in the party, and so if you say things that will bring the name of the party into disrepute, you may be called to order. What the party has done is invite her as a senior member of the party. She was in Parliament for about 12 years, former minister, cabinet minister, and also they've given her the due regard to appear before the committee to show cause why she shouldn't be sanctioned. And I think it's in order. Every institution, you have to have some form of order, some form of a way of bringing your people together, getting them to play within certain confines. And so what is being done is a way of bringing her back into the confines. We encourage debate within, among ourselves. We share opinion boisterously, without fear or favor. That's what we expected to do, but not in the public domain. If you do that, it's akin to washing your dirty linen in the public. It doesn't serve the good of the party.
So you're saying that your members can express themselves or express their concerns without fear of being gagged?
No, not at all. Really? Like I said, we do that all the time. But there's a way to do that. If you have concerns, you can write to the party leadership. And like I said, she is a senior member of the party. She has the ears of all the national executives. So if you have serious concerns, you can approach them. You see, I'm trying to understand her from her point of view. You can see that today I listened to her, she's a bit frustrated. You can see that she feels that she wasn't treated well, especially in her case as a woman, and the fact that her children were not feeling well. So sometimes from that side you can understand. she's a big senior member of our party. I would just appeal to her to just calm down, and I believe that eventually her concerns will be addressed. And I say that for the rest of our, party leadership, our former ministers, former MPs. Some of them are doing well. They are expressing their opinions, nicely and quietly, and they are helping the Okwe report. So all the reasons for our loss, for instance, some of our senior members are giving that to the Okwe committee. So after the report, we all have the report, assess the report, and see how we can correct, ourselves. I mean, if your child is misbehaving, you can call the child in the room and discipline the child. You don't bring the child out to, public ridicule and publicly shame your child. It doesn't help. She's a very nice person, like I always say, senior member of the party, and I expect her to tone down. All the other members, I expect everybody to tone down. The party is going to come back to power in 2028. We have to build our party. NPP is coming back to power 2028. So let's all close ranks and work together to ensure that that victory, is achieved.
Thank you very much. John Darko is a Swami MP and legal counsel for the minority in Parliament.